Welcome everyone to a new episode of Games I Speak. I am Gio, and today we have a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. So, Mojang finally announces the elusive Caves and Cliffs update at Minecraft Live 2020. So this was actually big news. I don't know if you all know, but I'm a Minecraft player. I've been playing since the alpha, I believe, and that was I want to say that was in 2012, something around there. Maybe even earlier. So let's kind of go through this. Minecraft players have been waiting a long time for this. The Caves and Cliffs update is basically an update to how the caves procedurally generate. And if you're a Minecraft player, you know that over the years, the caves have been kind of boring to some degree. They're kind of random. Some are awesome and some suck. So this is kind of to make them a little bit more fun exploring. So you have the dripstone caves. These caves are a massive biome containing a lot of stalactites and stalagmites. You have the lush caves. These generate below azalea trees. And I believe this leaf here, I believe, is from an azalea tree. And you can find the azalea tree, and then if you just keep going down, you'll find a lush cave. So they contain glowberries, which I believe are these things, and they can spawn axolotls. I don't. They're kind of like a mob. Then you have mesh caves. Nobody knows much about these. They are confirmed, but they're a large tunnel-like cave, I guess you could say. They're going to have amethyst geodes. So as you can see here, this is an amethyst geode. You can mine these, and then the amethysts grow on top of the geode blocks. Twinkle-like sounds can be heard near amethyst crystals. It is currently unknown as to what causes that sound. You have archaeological excavation. There are new structures that can be explored. They contain archaeological items and ceramic shards. And then you have the deep dark. This is a new biome at the deepest depths of the world. Wardens can spawn here. So wardens are a new enemy. So this is a warden right here. I don't know. They look kind of strange. They contain the deep dark contains candles, contains skulk blocks, a new block which responds to sound. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Skulk sounds weird, and it contains rubble blocks. So yeah, this is a massive update. Minecraft players have been waiting for the Caves and Cliffs update for a long time. As you can see, they have some cool changes in store. So I'm gonna try it out when it comes out. I still have two versions of the game: the original Java client and the Windows 10. All right. Next up, we have World of Warcraft. Shadowlands has been delayed, but Blizzard is releasing a pre-expansion patch with some interesting changes. So let's go through some of these changes. So before we go, let me read kind of the statement from Blizzard. However, as everything started coming together and we've been listening to and building upon your feedback, it's become clear we need a little more time for additional polish. And to balance and iterate on some interlocking pieces, particularly those related to the endgame. Shadowlands is one of the most intricate expansions we've yet created, and while we've made great progress, The challenge of tuning the endgame was compounded by the team having to work from home. So that's their official reasoning as to why they're delaying it to the end of the year. And they haven't given a date. They just said end of the year. So this pre-expansion patch, which they usually do a pre-expansion patch for every expansion. But this one releases October 16th. And let's kind of go through some of the changes. You have character boosts. Those are changing. So for those of you that don't know, they're squishing the levels, the item levels, and stats. So that means they're making everything smaller and more manageable because as the levels keep getting higher, the item levels keep getting higher, the stats keep getting higher, it just gets too hard for them to balance. So 120 level character boosts will now become level 50. 110 character boosts will become level 48. So level 120 characters will now become level 50. Here's a chart here they have for each level. So yeah, they're basically squishing everything between 1 and 60 like it used to be back in the day. So there's a new starting zone for players called Exile's Reach. New players will begin at Exile's Reach, and it'll kind of teach them the basics of the game. Veteran players can opt out and go straight into their race's starting points. They're adding a newcomer chat, and this is kind of a way to make new players feel more at home, because if you start a new character in the game, it's kind of lonely. You know, people are scattered out. Most of the players are in the cities or doing endgame. So this is kind of a way to reach out to new players and have them kind of talking and troubleshooting and helping each other. Veteran players can actually apply to become a guide to help newer players. Time walking campaigns. These are campaigns. So if you already have a max level character, you can choose campaigns in other zones and it will scale to your level. So this is a way of letting people kind of do campaigns that scale to their level, so they can enjoy them more if they're already max level. Recruit a friend. So there was a lot of changes here. The main change I saw was people who are recruited get a unique 30 slot, or wait, no, it's a unique, yeah, it's a unique 30 slot bag, the extra spacious knapsack. After completing Exile's Reach. I cannot stress this to you enough. You want a big, bag, especially if you're starting out. So if you have a friend that plays this game, I would highly recommend you get them to recruit you so that you can get this bag. All right, appearance change. Services for Shadowlands are retiring. Now all changes will be done at barber shops. So allied races. You no longer need to achieve Exalted with your faction, but need to complete the quest and achievement requirements for allied races. So that makes it a little bit easier for new players. Flight. So this is huge for me. I'm not going to cover the PvP because I don't really care about PvP. Sorry about that. But so flight. This is huge. Okay. You receive flight in Warlords of Draenor and Legion. So they're doing away with the Draenor Pathfinder and the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2. So you no longer need those. Thank goodness, because I haven't finished Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 yet. I'm like just there. It's just I always get bored and quit. So you no longer have to worry about that. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, I mean, it sucks. I already pre-ordered my copy. So it sucks that I have to wait longer, but in all honesty, I'm cool waiting just to have a more polished experience. And yeah, I'm pre-ordered and I'm gonna play through the expansion. I usually just play through the new content and then run all the beginning dungeons and then I quit until the next expansion. I'm not like a full-time WoW player, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next up, Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access has been released. And for those of you that don't know, Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of like a classic RPG that's based on Dungeons and Dragons. Um, so this is something I've been watching. Me and from my friends have been watching. I play Dungeons and Dragons like the on Roll20. So I'm looking forward to this. It's developed by Larian Studios, the makers of Divinity: Original Sin. Um, Baldur's Gate 3, like I said, is a continuation of the original series, which is basically a top-down turn-based RPG based on the Dungeons and Dragons. Um, so far, the game's received very positive reviews on Steam. Some players are complaining about, kind of shallow role-playing and exploring, but others have said it was a great story with good narration. So, and most players agree that the combat system is really fleshed out. Um, so I think that when a game is in early access, you have to treat it like a beta in a lot of ways. The game companies will throw it out there to get feedback, um, so that they can like update the game and make the experience better for not only the people who bought it already, but the people who are going to buy it when it releases. So me personally, I'm going to be watching this early access closely. I'm going to be following what people are saying, and then I'm probably going to jump in closer towards the release when they have more of the content ready. So far things are looking good. All right. Mortal Kombat 11 and its Combat Pack 2, which brings Melina, Rain, and Rambo to the fight. So this is kind of weird. I think Rambo does fit in a Mortal Kombat game. I mean, I recently watched 2 Rambo movies, and for those of you that haven't seen a Rambo movie, they are extremely gory. So he does like he is like a character from Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat 11 adds Melina, Rain, and Rambo in its Combat Pack 2. Um, Now the new version of Mortal Kombat 11 is called Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, and that launches the complete edition that has this Pack 2. This launches on November 17th for PS4 and PS5. You can upgrade your current version of MK11 or buy the Ultimate Edition, but it's not going to have uh, this newer pack. So but they did say that if you do pre-order it or upgrade online, you get a free upgrade on the PS5 version. So that's cool. I like that they're doing that. And you can pre-order the physical edition for PS5 for $59.99. That's actually up right now, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't have Mortal Kombat 11. I kind of held off because I didn't like Mortal Kombat 10 that much. But I'm going to buy the complete edition for PS5 because there's not many games for PS5, and I've been meaning to try this out. And you can buy it digitally starting October 15th. And that one, like I said, has the first pack. And there is crossplay between PS4 and PS5. I cannot stress how important that is for competitive games. And I feel that every developer who doesn't focus on crossplay is kind of like doing their player base a disservice. It keeps the game running longer. It keeps your players more engaged. So yeah, I like to see that. All right. Next up, we have a very interesting story. GameStop, or just when you thought GameStop was almost down for the count, Microsoft steps in and saves their bacon. So, what does that mean? All right. Now, if you recall, I covered closely the Xbox's all new Game Pass and all that. I mean, I've been covering it pretty detailed. You can go back and look at some of the older videos, or I can just give you a rundown. Basically, Microsoft is going to have an all access bundle. So, what does that mean? That means you're going to get an Xbox console. They're going to give you the actual console. And then they're going to give you Game Pass Ultimate Edition. And that's kind of like their way to get people on board easily without them having to like drop a bunch of cash. You know what I mean? So, and I was wondering, I was like, how is Microsoft going to handle the logistics of this? And this is where GameStop comes in. So GameStop is going to be the one selling the Xbox All Access bundles. GameStop will begin selling digital subscriptions for 2 years that include an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for no money down. That means you go in, you sign up for the subscription, they hand you an Xbox, and you have access to the Game Pass Ultimate. The announcement sent GameStop's market share soaring 44%. So, GameStop will also update their website using Microsoft Cloud technologies. So they're gonna try to like join the Microsoft ecosystem and like I'm sure you're gonna get all your achievements in your GameStop account, and they're gonna unlock rewards and all that stuff. So there's no word on which model of Xbox subscribers would receive, but come on. You know they're going to give you the Xbox Series S. They're not going to give you the Xbox Series X for free. No way. So they're probably going to give the Xbox Series S. They might have like a premium version of the service where you get the Xbox Series X, but I doubt they'll give you that. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Now I haven't covered GameStop a lot, but you know, they closed 400 stores this year. Their business model has been crumbling before our eyes. So this is actually going to make them relevant for a while, at least a couple of years. So I think that this kind of saves them. And if you could like sit me down in a room with the GameStop corporation, I would say, look, use this time to fix your business model, but fix your customer service. Don't do shady practices anymore, like selling open game as new and then refusing returns because they're open. Don't try to sell people crappy stuff, bundles where you bundle everything up and then you're like, hey, this bundle has a cup in it. This bundle has a Funko Pop in it. This bundle, no, don't do that anymore. Just be upfront with people. Be straight up with people. Good customer service. And I think they can come back. So Microsoft, man, they saved GameStop's butt. All right. Next up, Sony's recent PS5 breakdown reveals massive console size. I was actually shocked at the size of this. So here's a chart. I actually made this. This is on our website, gamesibeat.com. Look at this. The PS5 is 15.4 inches tall. That's 3 inches taller than the fat PS3, which was 12.8 inches tall. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And look how it's not as wide as the PS3. But it's even thicker than the PS3 fat. So that's crazy. But it is a powerful machine. So let's take a look at this. All right. Here's your front ports, USB Type A port, high speed. So I don't know why there's just one. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they're gonna release controllers that plug into USB-C. I don't know. So here's a USB Type C. Back ports. You have two USB Type A super speeds. Those goes up to 10 gigabytes per second. Ventilation is in the back, so it's sucked in through the front and it comes out the back here. This is interesting. Instead of just being like a box shape or a flat base on the bottom and the back, they have a circular base that you can kind of put on the bottom or the back. It kind of screws off and connects. Kind of an odd choice, but I assume they had to do it. Very easily removable side panels, which is what I love because I like to clean my consoles out of dust. So they make that easy. Pretty impressive size cooling fan. There's only one, but it's a good size. Comes with a ultra high definition Blu-ray drive, so you can play native 4K games and Blu-rays. Has a AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU. This has 8 cores at 3.5 gigahertz. You have the AMD Radeon with RDNA 2 GPU. So the GPU has 10.28 teraflops with 36 CUs at 2.23 gigahertz. All right. And then you have, this is the onboard SSD drives. So I thought like you could like plug in an SSD or replace it, but I guess not. These are built in. So I don't know how they're going to do the expandable SSD, but they're going to have to, there's definitely going to be a way to do that. So these little SSD drives here give you 825 gigabytes. And there's this is the custom SSD controller. This allows them to do like really fast input output operations, which make like the loading times like ridiculous on this console. Then it has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. So what's weird is it looks like they're broken up into 2 gigabyte pieces because it looks like there's 8 of them. So yeah, I don't know why they did that, but it does look nice. And then you have this monster of a heatsink. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's a beast. So this should help with the any cooling issues that it has. And then, you know, I'm sure people will like, they're using liquid metal cooling, so it should be good, but I'm sure people are going to want to like put their own cooling at some point. So yeah. Now I think the size of it is an issue. I'm already like thinking of where I'm going to put it. But it is going to replace my PS4. It's going to play 99% of the PS4 games, so that's good. And yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering where the secondary SSD drive is going to go at this point. But yeah, I think they did a good job on the breakdown. I'd like to see Microsoft do one. I mean, Microsoft has had technical things, but make it more like brief, precise, like this guy. This guy did it like a YouTuber does it, so that was pretty cool. All right, next up, Silent Hill for the Room has been released on GOG for PC. Now, this was kind of like pretty cool. This is pretty cool because this game hasn't been released since 2004 when it was originally released on Xbox, PS2, and PC. So that's been a while. Um, so this is the first re-release of the game ever. It's currently selling for $9.99. Now, I haven't bought it because, in all honesty, I'm probably going to buy it for PS2 because I already have a Silent Hill collection on PS2 and I'm just going to expand it with a PS2 copy. But this is cool. The reviews seem pretty good. I mean, it has a 4.7 out of 5. And there's yeah, I mean, look at this. People love this game. Here's some bad reviews, but overall the reviews are pretty good. And yeah, so my whole takeaway from this is that you know, people want a new Silent Hill game ever since the fiasco with like Kojima and PT. People have been begging for a new Silent Hill game. So if you're not gonna make a new game, at least make the originals more accessible and remaster them if you have to. But don't just let the franchise die. You know, people love it, and it's Halloween's coming up. I mean, come on, couldn't have picked a better time to announce a new Silent Hill game. All right, next up. Oh yeah, this is good news. Sega employee Yosuke Okunari spoke with Famitsu and said they are considering a SG-1000 Mini or a Dreamcast Mini in the future. So let me read his quote real quick. Next, we're considering concepts similar to the Mega Drive Mini. If I had to name some ideas, something like an SG-1000 Mini or a Dreamcast Mini. So those of you that don't know, an SG-1000 is like it's like a super old console. So let's check that out. SG-1000, or not Mini. All right, here we go. So this is an SG-1000. This came out when I was born. So yeah, this thing, yeah, it's got some cool games and stuff, but like, come on, don't come out with this. Come out with the Dreamcast Mini. That's what people really want. So he claims the project would take over a year, so don't expect anything around this time next year. Um, like I said, the SG-1000 is definitely easier for them to do, but people want the Dreamcast Mini. The Dreamcast Mini would be super popular. Many people never got a chance to own the original Dreamcast. That is just a fact. I didn't own one until 2 years ago. And there's so many good games to choose from, and it works well on modern TVs. All right. All right. So I have a modded Dreamcast with DC HDMI and the GDEMU. I love it. I can play my Dreamcast games at 1080p. So a Dreamcast Mini would be amazing. The emulation has come pretty far. So my advice to them is this is their chance. This is Sega's opportunity to market their Dreamcast the way they should have back in the day. They messed it up. They marketed it as a sports console. now's your time to really show what made it shine. Like there was, it was really a arcade near arcade perfect fighting game console. They should market it as a fighting game console. Throw on Shenmue. Throw on some of the other good games. I mean, damn, there's so many to count. I can't even think of them right now. But yeah, I mean, for me personally, like I just played the fighting games. Third Strike, um, Alpha, and just all of them on there. So yeah, come out with the mini and you'll be successful. Don't come out with the SG-1000. All right. Next up, someone found an Elden Ring order page on Amazon. Here is the screenshot. Is this real? I don't know. Does it look real? Yes, it does. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, like I said, I can't say if this is real, so treat this as with a grain of salt. But the game is selling for 79.99 euros. That's very expensive. So I assume it's going to sell for I mean 79.99 euros. That's crazy. Maybe they put that price in there wrong. I don't know. And so here's where it gets interesting. It has a release date of August 15, 2022. That is not the date that people are expecting. People were expecting that it would come out next year, or there could be, some people were like, hey, I just got to say, I'm not one of these people. Some people were like super hopeful. They were like, man, we haven't heard much from software. It might drop it by the end of the year. I don't know about that. That seems pretty far-fetched. But yeah, so that isn't good news. The game looks super expensive, and it's going to come out in August 15, 2022. So I hope that this isn't true. And I do hope that if it is true, they're still going to release PS4 and the PC at least next year. So yeah, this is not a good rumor. I usually like bringing you all good rumors, so that comes up to the next rumor. Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account. Oh man, what happened? Oh, there we go. Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account has tweeted a picture of Sonic with a 3 on his cheek. See it right there? That is a 3. So, what does this mean? Well, I don't know what it means, but I can tell you what it could mean. Sonic Adventure 2 was released in 2001 on the Dreamcast and GameCube, and re-released on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC in 2012. Fans of the series have been practically begging for a Sonic Adventure 3 game to be made. This ominous tweet could signal that Sega is thinking about, if not developing, a new Sonic game. So, I mean, I love Sonic the Hedgehog, always have. But take this with a grain of salt. Sega should, first of all, I think it would be pretty careless for Sega to tease something like this without backing it up with something. So I'm hoping that they wouldn't do something like that. But currently they're letting one of their greatest IPs go to waste. So yeah, Sega, get on it. Let's get a new Sonic game, Sonic Adventures 3. Let's do it. Everybody's waiting. Everybody wants it. So why not? Why not? So that's it for the show this week, everyone. If you liked the episode, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of any of the segments I've covered. If you like it, please like and subscribe. Every time someone likes and subscribes, it makes me happy, and it makes me want to do this more. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it really does, because it's hard to do it something when no one watches, but I keep doing it because I just love gaming and I just like talking about gaming, and it's hard to talk to people about gaming these days. So, yeah, everyone who watches, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and keep on gaming. See you all next time. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Games I Speak. If you liked the episode, please subscribe and leave a comment below, and we'll see you all next time.